Alright, hello fellow collectors, it's I, your favorite skinny nerd, coming at you with the much anticipated Collectible Geek Ultimate Fandom Cash update. This video is a follow-up to one I posted earlier this week about the Collectible Geek Ultimate Fandom Cash Romero's Legacy. And if you haven't checked out that video yet, go ahead, you can check it out. I'll put the link down in the description to that video if you want to see what I actually got in the original Ultimate Fandom Cash. Basically, I went over a lot of concerns I had and issues I've had with the box and the company and my displeasurement, and basically explain why I don't think I'm going to be going back to Collectible Geek. The bigger, a couple of my concerns and stuff, and how that box could have been better and things like that. So that box arrived this past Monday, the 24th, I believe. Yeah, Monday the 24th. And I got my video up for it later that night. It actually, I don't think it finished uploading until maybe 1 in the morning. Fairly sure. But by Tuesday afternoon, I had missed a phone call from Collectible Geek. They had called me because, well, one, I had emailed them about not getting the t-shirt that there was supposed to be a replacement t-shirt in that box for me, and they just forgot. It happens. Everybody's human. I forget things all the time, constantly. So that happens. It's not a big deal, really. I mean, it was just, it was just on top of just another piece of the displeasurement, I guess. And they had also seen my video, and basically wanted to address all my issues that I had with their company and make things better. So I love that. They listen to their customers. They, want to address any issues we have. One of the most important things that I learned from my phone call with Rob was that the company isn't even a year old yet. I didn't know that. They're about to celebrate their 1 year. That's coming up soon. Follow them on social media, because it's probably going to be an exciting time when they get to their 1 year. But I didn't know that. I only discovered Collectible Geek a few months ago, maybe April or so. And I want to shout out to Beardy Nerd, because that's where I saw his good review of Collectible Geek, and that got me interested in it, and I started paying attention to them. So I had no idea really how long they had been around before that. I just kind of assumed they had been established for a while, but they're relatively young. So maybe back in April or whatever, or March or April, or whenever they first came into my radar, they probably were only like 6 months old or something like that at the time. Something like that. So, relatively young. And why that's so important and such a big deal is when these box companies are young, they're not going to be as good as they want to be. They want to be good box companies, but starting out, it's a struggle. They got to make a little money first so that they can do everything that they want to do with their box company. They first need it, and that's how most of these smaller ones that I mean, that's how most of the box companies in general are. Is they want to get better. They can only get better after they've made some money, so they can put better stuff in boxes and afford to do different things, and make their company better and grow and become a better box. Um, so, in that regard, they young box companies need the support of people, even though it's going to kind of be rough for the customers, if especially if you're used to companies that have been around for a while that are already putting out phenomenal boxes. Um, you're not going to be happy with the companies that are really young because their boxes are going to be starting off pretty low, and they will grow over time, but they need the support. They need to make a little money so they can put that back into the box. Um, so that said, um, see, I had not known that. My issue, like companies like Nerdblock and Loot Crate, they've been around long enough that they're kind of already like plateaued. You know, they're not really growing anymore as far as like what they're doing with their box. They've gotten to a point where they like it, and that's about where they're going to stay for the most part. I mean, they might get a little bit better over time. I don't think Nerdblock is. I think they've reached exactly where they want to be, so that they're making the money that they want to make, and they're not really concerned about growing their box and making it any better. They already made some changes, like dividing up the boxes and all those separate themes they have and stuff. But as far as making the box bigger and better, each individual box bigger and better, I think that they're already at their peak basically. I feel like Loot Crate's probably that way too, but Loot Crate's a really good block. I don't have any complaints. They do a phenomenal job, so they can stay right where they're at. The biggest concern with all box companies, at least in my mind, is customer service, because that's just key, I think, for every business. They're all ran by people. People make mistakes. It happens all the time. The biggest deal here is taking responsibility for your mistakes and making up for them, and fixing them. And because it's gonna be much cheaper for a company to keep a customer they already have than to go get more customers. That's just basic business advice, and that's why I don't have Nerdblock anymore, because they had the worst customer service and terrible experience. Their boxes weren't bad, decent content, value was okay. It could have been better, but it wasn't anything to complain about necessarily. Definitely not the best value, but you were getting more than you're paying for sure. But their customer service, they treated me so terribly. I don't think I'm ever going to go back to them unless something drastically changes with that box. So, on the other end of things, we have Collectible Geek, who has amazing customer service, it turns out. Because, like I said, they contacted me. They wanted to apologize personally. They wanted to let me know that they heard my concerns, and things are in the works. That basically everything I have problems with their company is being addressed, and the main issue was they're a young company, so it just takes time for them to get everything taken care of, so they can be the company they want to be and that we want them to be. So I'm probably going to go back to Collectible Geek here very soon. Not this month, because if you've been following, this month I'm pretty much not getting any boxes for September. I'm going to get maybe 2 boxes, I think, for September, because I'm going to go to Wizard World Comic Con and blow all my money there. I put all my boxes on hold so that I can use the couple $100s I spent on boxes to blow at Wizard World, because it's like the same stuff I get in boxes, you know. Anyways, so I'm getting maybe 2 boxes this coming month. But after that, I'm probably going to be going back to Collectible Geek. I mean, it really depends on what kind of theme they have in October, because that'll be the first month I probably get it back. So if it's something I know I'm not going to like, I might wait again. But yeah, after I get back from Comic-Con is when I'm going to start resubscribing all those to Wizard World. So, anyways, the information that he wanted to give me in the phone call was that, yeah, they made a mistake with the shirt. Totally forgot. They've got a lot going on. They're sending me back out that shirt that I wanted a size replacement for. And really, the great thing about that is, I don't know, that might have been my fault, that shirt in the first place, getting the wrong size. It was the wrong size on my order. So I probably was responsible for getting the wrong size. It's not like, I don't know why I would put the wrong size, but it was on the order the wrong way. That's why I got it the wrong way. And they went ahead and replaced it anyways. Because they messed up, because of all of my concerns, because I was unhappy and they didn't want to really lose a customer for good, they went ahead and basically sent me a whole new box. And he told me a little bit about what's going to be in here. One is the T-shirt that I didn't get. 2 is some other T-shirts from boxes that I hadn't received in the past, that I either skipped or before I knew they were around or something like that. And a few other things here regarding my issues with the Romero's Legacy cache. I do want to address a couple of the comments here I got on that video, and you know, got a few comments, and basically everybody kind of felt the same way I did. It was disappointing. That it shouldn't have really been called Romero's Legacy, and that I still agree with. They should have just called it a zombie cache, basically, because there was only 2 things that were specifically related to Romero, and that was the Night of the Living Dead print and the Night of the Living Dead DVD. The print was awesome, but the DVD, I mean, who doesn't already have that? And then there was some generic zombie stuff, and then there was the Walking Dead stuff. And it was pretty Walking Dead. As far as, like, the most valuable items in there were all, like, the Walking Dead stuff. Because there was McFarlane toys from the Walking Dead, which are very desirable and good things to have. I just happened to get ones that I wasn't particularly interested in at all. And, I mean, why I think there's so much Walking Dead stuff is because Fear the Walking Dead just started. It just debuted the day before I received that cache. I think they're kind of, you know, that's why they're still doing that. I mean, obviously The Walking Dead is still super popular after all these seasons. The spinoff just started. It's not, it really, I would have just named the box Zombies instead of Romero's Legacy, because, yeah, George Romero doesn't really like The Walking Dead. And I feel like there should have been more things between, you know, there's a lot of zombie stuff between Night of the Living Dead and The Walking Dead that happened, and none of that was in there. It was mostly The Walking Dead, and then a couple, you know, like I said, the DVD and the print for Night of the Living Dead, and then just generic zombie stuff that were mostly filler. But I love zombies anyways. I wasn't going to complain about The Walking Dead stuff just because I love it so much. And, I mean, I obviously got the McFarlane toys I got were not ones. I thought, it seems like there might be some variation in the boxes of about which McFarlane toys you got, maybe. I don't know, because I haven't seen any other videos yet of anyone else's unboxings of this. So I don't know for sure if there's variation. But inside this box is why I say that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this open so you guys can see what they did here to try to make it up to me. And you know, this is what I expect from companies, is they correct their mistakes. So, as far as, whoop, jeez. If I know how to open a box. Every time. Okay, as far as that specific box goes, oh, see, here's a nice little note on top. Hey Christian, sorry for the delay with your shirt. I threw in a few extras for the delay. Robert, P.S. Saw your video and saw you didn't care for the figures. Hope these are better. So there's their note from Robert, who I talked to on the phone. Here is the shirt that I was getting the replacement for, which is a good shirt. If you saw that box from the Time Machine box, I like this shirt. I just got like some youth size. So that's cool. Fantastic. Got my, finally got my I'll Be Back to the Future shirt. And I like this shirt for so many reasons. The color's so good. And the actual design is pretty awesome. Okay, so moving on. Here's some of the other shirts they threw in that they had from former boxes that I didn't get. And one is this Deadpool shirt. Wade Wilson's Chimichangas, Mexican Katina, and Watering Hole. Which is cool. I love Deadpool. Who doesn't love Deadpool? And this shirt's like was exclusive to Collectible Geek. So obviously I didn't get it because I didn't get that box when it came out. What else we got? Oh, Madman, Haberdashery, Fine Bow Ties, and Fezzes become because bow ties are cool. 0241 Geronimo, established 2010. So Doctor Who exclusive T-shirt that I also didn't get. Also love Doctor Who. So I don't know how much of my videos they watched. Here's the Deadpool one. I don't know if they knew for sure that I love Doctor Who and Deadpool, or they just guessed, because who doesn't love Doctor Who and Deadpool? I'm just going to do all the T-shirts here first before I get to the other stuff. Oh, awesome. There, and this is that Hulk exclusive shirt that I also really liked that was in a box I didn't get. So that's pretty sweet. Good colors. Love me some Hulk. Also, see, these are the shirts that made me want to get this box, really, is because they have good shirts. And if you watch my videos, I really don't care for most of the shirts I get. I mean, I don't really need just random T-shirts all day, every day, because I have plenty of T-shirts already. So, unless they're super awesome, I don't really care. Oh, sweet. You Can't Take the Sky from me. Nice little Firefly Serenity business T-shirt. Not business T-shirt, but you know, T-shirt based on Firefly / Serenity. Awesome. Who doesn't love that as well? Great shirts, guys. And also, what they went ahead and did is sent me out some replacement figures because I was unhappy with the ones I got. I got the Glenn figure from the TV show, which, and what I said in my video is I much would have rather got Merle, Zombie Merle, and they went ahead and sent me Zombie Merle. There he is. Pretty awesome. And I mentioned that the Governor wasn't my favorite figure from the that I didn't really like the Governor one that much either, and they went ahead and sent me the Zombie Governor's Daughter's Zombie, Penny Blake Zombie, which is cooler, especially because it comes with the like the aquarium and heads, zombie heads, and all this stuff. Comes with all this extra cool stuff. And really, this is awesome because as far as the figures go, my favorite ones are always the zombie ones because they're just so much cooler than the regular characters, unless you get a particular character. So that's all that they sent me to make up for the displeasure. And people are like, oh, so they're buying out your opinion by sending you all this free stuff. That's not really what they're doing. I didn't give any indication that I was going to make this video or that I was going to return to their company necessarily. They just sent me all this stuff out because that's good customer service. They screwed up. They want to make amends for their mistakes, and they have an unhappy customer. They want to make them a happy customer so that they don't lose them forever. And they did that. This I feel like more than made up for the errors I encountered, and they addressed my main concerns, which is the value of the box. That was one of the biggest reasons why I didn't think I was going to be returning to this company, because the value just hasn't been there. As far as like the cost of the box and the cost of the shipping and what's in there, they always have cool stuff in their boxes, but like it just doesn't really seem worth it most of the time. But that's because they're such a young company, and that's going to be changing. He addressed that to me, so it's not going to be the case here in the near future. So that's being addressed. The short answer is that's being addressed. The other thing was their shipping always has delays, takes a long time from order time till they ship it, and then they have delays and all these problems with the shipping. And that's also being addressed. If you've been following them on Facebook, they've made, I think they've posted something about that already, about the shipping issues they're getting that taken care of too. And those are like my biggest concerns. As far as content goes, I don't really have complaints. I had some complaints about those figures because I was like, of all the figures from Walking Dead I could get, these ones are like not my favorite. But they sent me out some more. They sent me out some extra T-shirts to make up for all their mistakes, and they let me know that my other issues are being addressed. So, not for September, but after Wizard World, I'll be checking them out. Probably, more than likely, be getting Collectible Geek again, because they might even have all of those issues addressed by then. Still think that the box should have just been called Zombies, not Romero's Legacy necessarily. I mean, all they were really saying by Romero's Legacy is that it's zombies, because that's what Romero's Legacy is, zombies. But when you put Romero's name in there, and I feel like that, like more people were looking forward to not Walking Dead stuff, because Walking Dead is, like, the market is fairly saturated with Walking Dead. Boxes, especially people like me that get tons of boxes, get Walking Dead stuff fairly regularly because it's a very popular franchise. Both the comics and the TV show are both pretty popular, so Walking Dead stuff ends up in boxes all the time. So I think a lot of people were hoping that this box would be zombies, but more Romero zombies. More Romero zombie stuff than Walking Dead zombie stuff, because, like I said, they're saturated. But there's pretty good reasons that they have Walking Dead stuff in there. Like I said, Fear the Walking Dead just started at the same time that box is arriving. So it made some sense to me that it would be that they would have Walking Dead in there. But yeah, I feel like they more than made up for my unhappiness. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to address. Basically, yeah, these young boxes, even though I generally would say, if you're looking for just one box or something, you probably don't want a younger box because they're not gonna be at the level that they even want to be at. But they do need our support to get to the level where you want them. Like, for instance, newer boxes that have only been around for a few months, you're not going to be blown away by their boxes. You know, they're especially like value-wise or content-wise, you're going to definitely see things there that you're just not, you know, you might be disappointed about. But that's because they're so young and they just need a little support to make it through like the first year or so that they can be turning out the best boxes next year. You know, they just need that little support. Didn't realize how young this company was. So everybody that has been supporting them over this first year of theirs, good job, because those changes are coming into place soon. They're going to be better value-wise and everything that I've basically commented on in my last video is going to be improved drastically here in the near future. So yeah, stay tuned into them. On Monday when I opened that box, I was pretty sure I was done with this company. That phone call, and it's not just because they sent me all this crap, because I mean, that's really good customer service, and that's like key to me for these companies is good customer service. Beyond anything else, I don't really care if you treat me like crap. You could have the best box in the world. I'm not going to support you. Crappy people that treat their customers like crap do not deserve to make any money from anybody. Where good people that treat their customers well and try to make amends for any mistakes that they make do, I think, deserve our support and continued patronage or whatever you want to say. But so that said, I'm back on Collectible Geek. Collectible Geek's back on my radar, I guess is the way I should say that, maybe. Like I said, not going to be getting it for September because I'm not getting really anything for September. I think I'm going to have Comic-Con box and maybe a Killer Crate near the end of September. Killer Crate and Comic-Con box, and I think everything else is on hold. Loot Crate's on hold, One-Up box is on hold. There isn't a Marvel Collector Core box for September. I already got rid of all my nerd blocks. I am getting a comic block like next week, even though I canceled and they just refused. They decided they were going to charge me anyways, and they're sending me the box. So I'm going to have that next week. What else? Who else am I subscribing to right now? Oh, Box of Dread is on hold. Comic Bento is on hold. There's a couple of boxes that... Oh, Care Packs. I should be getting a Care Packs also. So I'll get a Care Packs, a Killer Crate, and a Comic-Con box during September. Everything else is on hold. I'm also going to be adding a lot of boxes to replace all the Nerd Block boxes, because I had Nerd Block, Arcade Block, Horror Block, Nerd Block Junior for girls, and did I say Comic Block? Comic Block, Nerd Block, Horror Block, Arcade Block, Nerd Block Junior for girls. I had all those coming from Nerd Block. Canceled all of them because that company's awful and they treat me like crap, and they tend to treat their customers like crap in general, from what I understand. And I've contacted basically every company's customer service at least once, whether it's just a question or, an F up on their part. And everybody else in this business has been amazing, and then Nerd Block treats me like crap. So, next bus. Put them on the next bus. No more Nerd Block in my life. So I'm going to be replacing those 5 boxes with something else. Finding other ones to take their spots in my monthly unboxings. Feel free to make suggestions. I'm always open to new boxes. If I have never tried them before, I'll love trying new boxes. Usually I'll get a box for 1 or 2 boxes from a company before I decide whether or not I'm going to keep getting, if I get 2 boxes, I'm disappointed in both of them. I usually drop the axe on those companies. But anyways, that was pretty much it for this video, I think. Yeah, so don't give up on Collectible Geek, because things are going to get better very soon. Okay, I think that's it. This is like a half-hour video already, so thanks for listening to the whole yammering. This kind of was an unboxing. I unboxed their, the retention package basically, and pretty happy with it. Basically, I think all companies should do this kind of stuff, and the world would be a better place. Alright, that's it. Feel free to leave tons of comments, whether you agree, disagree, hate, love, whatever. Like, subscribe, share, all that business. I'm not going to get anything no matter how many viewers I have, but when channels have a lot of viewers, they're more recognized, that's when the companies will notice you're on pleasure. If you agree with the things I'm saying, like if you agreed with my last video or whatever, that's you want to share that video and comment on the video and make that video more noticeable to the companies, so that they'll see that like a lot of people are seeing, how unhappy we are, and basically they're gonna go and make changes to make the company better, and take our criticism into account. Of course, if only one person in the world watches your video, they're probably not going to see it, and they're not going to really care that you were unhappy. But that's why I'm kind of critical on all my boxes. I mean, there's a few where I don't really have any criticisms, and they're doing great. Like Marvel Collector Corps, don't have any criticisms. I mean, I skipped the Ant-Man box just because I knew it was going to be nothing but Ant-Man stuff. But, I mean, as far as quality of stuff, it was still good. I just didn't want a ton of Ant-Man stuff personally. But there are other boxes that I got phenomenal. They always have like exclusive everything's in there. It's a lot of good quality stuff. Anyways, my point is, you should like, share, subscribe, comment, social media, do that whole jazz. And most importantly, if you don't do any of that, what you should really do is stay nerdy. Bye.